Greg Caggiano here for Ghosts on the Coast, our latest vlog episode. It is the day after Halloween, and I just kind of want to recap all that's been going on the web series since the last vlog. Has actually been quite a bit, so much that I have them written down, which, you know me, usually I get on here and I just talk forever without writing anything down. So, first things first, last night's Halloween, the end of my favorite month, my favorite holiday. Today is kind of like that depressing, that post-Halloween depression, I guess you can call it. And there's a lot of people out there that Halloween is their thing. I'm sure today they're kind of feeling a little upset that it's all over. October was a crazy month as always. Between, a regular job, lecturing at Brookdale on various paranormal topics, going around to a couple places, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, and also doing the events at the Strauss Mansion Museum with my wonderful co-investigators here. I had one day off this entire month, one full day off. Granted, some of the events I had to do at night were a lot of fun. Doesn't really feel like work, per se, but still, sometimes it's nice to be home during the day and be like, I don't have to go anywhere tonight. So, one day off this entire month. Tomorrow I'm off, and I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to do nothing tomorrow. Maybe I'll continue the Halloween spirit and watch a couple more horror movies. I don't know, depends. So, now that Halloween is over, last night we attempted to do a live broadcast from the Strauss Mansion, Hunter and I, on Facebook. We actually did the stream for about 15 minutes, and just to walk through the house. We did not archive this episode because really nothing was going on. Last night was as quiet a night as you could possibly get. As you all know, Halloween 2014, it's part of that, what happened is filmed. It's episode 1.17. We just posted it on our Facebook page yesterday. That was the craziest investigation night of our lives. There's video footage of some of what happened. The rest of it we haven't really told publicly yet. We will at some point. It's not a huge mystery, but it was quite a frightening incident. So that was 2014, and as Hunter explained during the stream last night, there were a few people watching, but most of you probably weren't because it was like midnight. Hunter explained how important it is to not get yourself too excited for these investigations. And I tell people that all the time at the lectures, how it's not like the movies or TV, how it's usually very calm and very sane. The crazy stuff isn't really happening. That night, of course, is the one exception. 2015, going into that Halloween, we were very excited. We couldn't wait to get there. And it was, it was a little bit of activity, but not much. Then last year, it was just me, Hunter, and Joanne there, and there was hardly anything at all. And now this year, it was just Hunter and myself, and there was almost nothing. We did the seance. The glass moved around. We did talk to a spirit for about a half hour, which is not bad. So it wasn't like a total waste of a night. Nothing really worth filming, because we don't usually film the seances. That's the one thing that we usually just do in private. So it wasn't a total waste, but other than that, there was nothing. There weren't many noises. There wasn't really anything out of the ordinary. So it was a pretty disappointing Halloween night. And then Hunter and I went to IHOP after that, which I think this is three Halloweens in a row. We have gone to IHOP at about 2:30 in the morning. And I usually would say that's the scariest part of the night because I'm not a huge fan of IHOP. But last night was pretty good. I had a BLT. Anyway, the last 5 episodes, I just want to go over real quick. Please check them out. We've had a lot of coverage lately. Our subscribers have jumped up. We're at about 113, 114, which, is by no means amazing, but it's good for us since this is a hobby that we do, and we have a lot of fun with it. We did have some coverage in the Journal publication. There's the Middletown Lincroft one, the Rumson Fairhaven one, I think, and then there's maybe one for Matawan Aberdeen. It's an actual magazine that's in print, not just online, and there was a feature done on me for this previous month. I believe the issue is still out. It will be probably till the next one in mid-November. So I was really happy to have been featured along with Ghosts on the Coast, so please check that out. If you go to thejournalnj.com, I think it is, or their Facebook, you can actually read the article online. So our subscriber list jumped because of that, and people are curious as to what we do here on Ghosts on the Coast. And these last 5 episodes or so will give you a good sample. There's some from Strauss Mansion, there's some from Brookdale, And then there's one from the Oceanic Library in Rumson where I gave a lecture too. So for those who are new and joining us, please check out the episodes. Episode 3.22, that's an evidence review episode. That's when, after we're done with an investigation, usually I'll post 2 or 3 raw footage videos. They're unedited. We film it, we end it, we post it. They're not edited at all. They're not cut. So usually after that, we then have an evidence review. And we have Patty Bakauskas, who's one of our newest co-investigators. She joined the team this year. She's the only person we've ever had dedicated solely to EVPs. So no matter what's going on in the house, whether we're doing a seance, a spirit box session, no matter what we're doing, where we are, at the Strauss Mansion or at another location, she is sitting there with the tape recorder, with headphones in, so she can hear everything that's going on. A lot of times she catches stuff in person immediately. Other times she has to go home and play it back. And when I say play it back, I mean listen to a 4-hour recording, trying to find something that lasts like 2 seconds long. So she actually had 7 of them from our Friday the 13th investigation. They were incredible. I mean, out of the 7, there's 2 really good ones, and then there's a couple that aren't so good. But any EVP alone, they're very hard to get, and they're just amazing. So there's an evidence review, me explaining the 7 EVPs that she captured, along with her explanations. Episode 3.23, it's called Midnight at the Mansion. That is actually a pretty good one. There's no spirit box or seance in that. It's just me and Patrick walking around. It was after our night of tours on Friday, I think it was the 27th. Patrick and I, after everybody had gone, about midnight, we went and we just did a walkthrough of the house because we had done a seance and the energy seemed pretty good. So totally unlike Halloween last night, where last night was like nothing. This one, the 27th, energy was through the roof. Pat and I walked around, and there are several instances in the video where you can see orbs following us. And so a lot of times orbs, they're just dust, but sometimes we believe it is actually spirit energy. And there are at least 2 really good instances, examples of an orb that is moving in a certain way that would not seem to be dust. And Patrick being physically affected, an orb actually goes past me and goes through Patrick, and Pat got really cold. His eyes actually started to water, which doesn't usually happen. So that episode, unintentionally and surprisingly, I think it's pretty good. I mean, you don't have to sit there and watch the whole thing, but if there's a couple points in the video where there is some spiritual activity that we think is pretty cool. I mean, and it did feel like we were really being followed around the house. Next episode, 3.24, is Joanne actually hosting that episode. She tells the story of the couple of experiences we had in the Lenape room at the Strauss Mansion years before I started working there. These are like back when her and Roy and Lou first joined the society as volunteers and board members. These are the really old experiences, the first ones, the ones that got people to think maybe this place is actually haunted. So she tells a great story, and there's a really creepy thing in that video. It's a doll we have around the house that may or may not be a haunted item. Episode 3.25, that's me at Brookdale Community College. I was joined by Patty for that. I gave a lecture on ghost hunting, and then we did a couple of spirit box sessions after that. And there's a lot of responses there. It's a short video. I think it's maybe only about 7 or 8 minutes long. There's a lot of responses. And then episode 3.26, the episode before this one, is at the Oceanic Library in Rumson. I was asked if I would give a paranormal lecture there. I said sure. And they had asked previously if I wanted to come in and investigate before the lecture, and I just could not get there. So I said after the lecture's over, we'll invite people around to come around the table and we'll do a spirit box session. And one of the first things we get on there and we turn it on, you'll hear it's a voice saying hi. And then there's another voice a little bit later on. It sounds like a little girl saying the name William, which it's pretty faint, but we think it's there. The library is rumored to be haunted. There's never been a full-on investigation of it. At some point in the future, I will be coming back. They want me back for another talk, and I'm sure we'll be able to do another investigation there. People that have worked there have reported paranormal experiences, and it was once owned by a man named William Henry Meeker. His picture hangs in the library. There was just a book that came out about him. So the little girl saying William in the video, it does make sense. That was our 90th episode, our 26th. This is episode number 27 for season 3. Our seasons are just the years, so season 4 will be anything filmed in 2018. First season was back in 2015. And I just want to say, this is not bragging on behalf of our team, but We all either work or are in school full time, and the fact that we have been able to crank out not just 90 plus episodes in 3 seasons, but 27 episodes this season, I think is a testament to how much we love doing this. This is totally 100% a hobby. You'll notice we don't have any sponsors. Do I get paid to go around and lecture? Yes. But when we actually do an investigation, say for the museum or a historic site, we are doing that to raise money for them. We are not getting anything except the pleasure of doing it and also being able to film. That's the only condition when we investigate somewhere, is that we are allowed to film it. Unless there's like a case where something is really bad and we need to try to help somebody and not film it, then of course. But the bottom line is we're there to help and we're there to study. This is all research for us. We still don't know all the answers to our questions. And somebody asked me just yesterday, do you find that you're more knowledgeable of the spirit world now than before you started investigating? My answer is no. I'm actually more confused because I went in, we all have questions of what lies beyond the grave. And some of us do this field, we take on this hobby to find those answers. And that's kind of why I started working at a haunted museum, different one prior to the Strauss Mansion certainly helped, but I have more questions now than I did when I started. So all of us are in that same boat. We all love doing this. Odds are you will never see all of us together in one video. That's why we have a pretty big team. Most groups are 4 or 5 people. We have like 8 to 10 regular people. You'll never see us all together. We all work full-time, different hours, sometimes on the weekend, sometimes not. Pat's still in school. He'll be in college next year, trying to work and do all that for everybody. So the fact that we were able to do that, I think, is amazing. We always manage to find the time to show up. We get to the museum sometimes beat and exhausted. Sometimes guys we're getting up at 4 in the morning to go to work, or we're just coming from work, but we still do it because we love it, and we love being able to produce content on YouTube, no matter how many subscribers we have. Even if we had 1 subscriber, we would still do this. We probably wouldn't feel good about it, but we would still do it. So congratulations to us for 90 episodes. Number 100 will most likely be next year, season 4. As for the rest of this year, just because Halloween in October is over does not mean that the season's over. We are going to try to produce a couple more episodes. Usually by late November, we start to get that itch again. The first 3 weeks of November, usually detox. No investigating. We'll go to the museum, of course, but usually the full-on hardcore investigations, we need a little break from that. And by Black Friday, yes, you heard that correctly, we were usually ready to investigate again. And this actually became a joke 2 years ago. And you can see all these episodes, they're on our YouTube channel. Black Friday 2 years ago happened to be one of those days where everybody was available. Like, we had everybody. It was nighttime. Figure, do your shopping or whatever during the day, and we'll ghost hunt at night. And we weren't expecting anything, because we figured we had tired the ghosts out, for the whole month of October. But it was crazy. We had a lot of amazing activity that night. And then last year we did it again. The activity was pretty good, but it's become a running joke that even the ghosts are busy on Black Friday. So that's become like our little tradition, Black Friday ghost hunt. We hang out, we order a pizza. We don't take the Black Friday one too seriously. That's like our fun celebration that, the season's over, the year's over. So look for episodes around there. I am trying to get some new episodes up aside from that. Maybe not investigating episodes, but just general history and folklore episodes, and we're going to try to get up. And if not, 2018 will come. We're going to try to add some new locations. Obviously, the Strauss Mansion Museum, we've had 90 episodes. Probably half of those episodes are filmed there, but we are very lucky to have this museum at our disposal. I mean, I'm not there right now. This is my house. But in general, we are very lucky to have the museum at our disposal. And to be able to raise money for the Historical Society, be able to get publicity for the Historical Society, even if it's paranormal and ghosts, people will come in and they will appreciate the house and appreciate history. So the Strauss Mansion, as tired as it may seem, that we're always filming there, that's our thing, that's our headquarters, so to speak, unofficially, of course. And, we will probably film the hell out of it for as long as we have this series, as long as we can, anyway. And we will try to add some new locations, of course, during the series. That's about it. Patrick, we've actually made him co-producer now. What does that mean? Nothing. It's just a way of saying thank you for always being there, for filming our episodes. He's always around, able to do stuff for us, helping out at events and helping to film Ghosts on the Coast and walk around a haunted museum at midnight with the lights off. Anybody that is able to do that with us is very well appreciated. And so that's our way of saying thank you. He is now a co-producer. What will change? Nothing. This is a hobby. This is for fun. We give ourselves titles, but in the end, we're all doing the same stuff. I did tell him he better find some new locations for us. That's going to be his job to do. And Patty, we've made her our official EVP analyst, but judging by the last couple evidence review sessions that we've had on YouTube with the stuff she has captured, that should not come as a surprise to anybody. She's done a great job. All of our guys have done a fantastic job and have made 90 episodes possible. And, you know, this is like a no-frills thing. It's just we're filming this thing with my Galaxy or somebody's iPhone and uploading it. It's really not a big deal. This is it's for fun and it's a hobby, but it is scientific research we think that we are doing. And if we can draw attention to a historic site, you know, all the better. So that's going to do it. November 1st, 2017, the day after Halloween. So sad. Be on the lookout for future episodes. Please contact us at any time if you have a place you want us to check out, whether it be your location or you heard of something. And as always, if you watch a video and you see maybe a piece of evidence we missed, whether it be audio or visual, please leave a comment or send us a message or an email. That's going to do it for today's vlog. Greg Caggiano for Ghosts on the Coast. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you around.